All right, guys, more week 4 picks. We got New Orleans at Chicago. I like the road team in this week. New Orleans offense is flying. You have Marquise Colston, an under radar season. You have Jimmy Graham, Darren Sproles tearing up defenses. Drew Brees playing at an MVP caliber had it not been for Peyton Manning. And then the defense, big story. They're stopping people. They're stopping the run, getting to the quarterback. It looks like a very 2009 team creating the turnovers. We're on the other side, the Chicago Bears. Jay Cutler, 3 turnovers last week. Still a 3-1 start. I don't like the defense. They're suspect to a running back like Reggie Bush that can get out in space. Darren Sproles, very similar. The offense, I don't think we'll be able to keep up with the Saints. And I think the Saints are going to get all over Jay Cutler this week. I like the Saints to go into Chicago and win 42-31. All right, next we have New England at Cincinnati. New England's 4-0. They're winning a bunch of different ways, low-scoring games, big-scoring games. The offense is starting to come together. LeGarrette Blount will probably win the starting running back role. Stephen Ridley didn't practice today. They are without Vince Wilfork, which will be a huge blow for that defense because when he's out, the run-stop defense for that team isn't as good. For Cincinnati, the offense last week only 6 points against Cleveland. And then the defense gave up 17. The defense can still get pressure, which is what they're going to have to do against Tom Brady. And then they're going to have to run the ball, especially with Vince Wilfork gone. A.J. Green's going to have to make some big plays. But I like this Patriots team for winning a bunch of different ways. I think they go to 5-0. They win again, 28-24. All right, next we got Detroit at Green Bay. Again, I like the road team. I like Detroit because their offense is starting to come together. They get pressure on the quarterback, and the offensive line for Green Bay doesn't really do a good job of protecting Aaron Rodgers. He's going to have to do a lot of fast releases, throwing a lot of shorter routes. He can't hold the ball too long. They're going to get a running back. They're going to get Eddie Lacy back, which should help with Jonathan Franklin. But I don't see the defense being able to stop the Lions' offense from scoring. I like Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford to score big, Joique Bell and Reggie Bush to keep that Green Bay defense honest as is. Plus, the Green Bay defense is going to be without Clay Matthews since he missed practice with a hamstring. So I like Detroit to win 37-35. Next, we have Kansas City at Tennessee. Kansas City's offense, led by Alex Smith, Jamal Charles, isn't turning the ball over. Dwayne Bowe's catching a lot of balls. They're doing a really good job of possession, keeping the ball, time of possession, scoring points. The defense is creating turnovers. They're not letting the quarterback or running game do too much. On the other side of the ball, you have Tennessee, whose offense is doing very well. They're going to be with Ryan Fitzpatrick with the Jake Locker injury. Ryan Fitzpatrick has a history of turning the ball over a lot, but Chris Johnson's should be able to be relied on a lot more. That big offensive line should be able to stop a Kansas City defense from getting to him too much. And then you have the defense of Tennessee. They look very much like Kansas City. They stop the run. They can get pressure on the quarterback, and they can create turnovers. Kansas City should be 5-0, but I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go Tennessee beats Kansas City. They're going to make both teams go 4-1, and I project the points to be 23-14 Tennessee. All right, next is going to be one of the marquee matchups. We got Seattle at Indy. Seattle's offense is having troubles on the road, but the defense proves that no matter where they are, home or away, they can still play. They proved it last week. The interception return for a touchdown by Richard Sherman, who's going to be locked up with Reggie Wayne, so look for Andrew Luck to have a hard week. The offense for the Colts, though, can still put up points. They can still, because they can run the ball, they have Donald Brown, Trent Richardson. They're not one-dimensional. They can go off the play action. Kobe Fleener's been a very good tight end in place for Dwayne Allen. Look for the defense, though, for the Colts to struggle. Other than getting pressure against Russell Wilson, he does have mobility, although we've seen them be able to stop it against Terrell Pryor. It's still going to be a matchup because Russell Wilson's a better proven passer. I still will pick Seattle purely on their defense to win this game 23-20. Next, we're going to make this one Jacksonville at St. Louis. Two teams that are on a very, very down slope. Jacksonville just traded their left tackle to Baltimore, so worse protection from Blaine Gabbert. They're going to have to hope that Cecil Shorts can get off coverage and play every position on offense. Defensively, they don't stop anyone. The offense, though, for St. Louis is terrible, but the defense for St. Louis can create turnovers. I'm not going to say this is going to be a big game. It's going to be a low score, a lot of field goals. I don't even see a touchdown. I'm going to take St. Louis 15-16 purely on defense, getting them good field position. Baltimore at Miami, a big game for both teams. Baltimore's defense gave up a lot of points, isn't that good. I don't like them. They're bad. Fuck Baltimore. Fuck Joe Flacco. Baltimore is playing Miami. Miami just got torched Monday night. Baltimore just got upset by Buffalo. Baltimore had Joe Flacco turn the ball over 5 times. Ray Rice had 3 carries. The defense didn't really stop the Buffalo Bills that well. They got some turnovers, but E.J. Manuel is still able to have big plays with Robert Woods. For Miami, I see Tannehill being able to get over the top with Mike Wallace, who's very familiar with that team. Brian Hartline. The running back situation, though, Lamar Miller needs to pick up because Baltimore, I expect to run more with Ray Rice. Last week, we saw with New Orleans a small scat back can get in space and destroy this defense. So expect a lot of the same with Baltimore. But I still like Miami to win 21-17. Next, we have an NFC East battle. Philly at New York Giants. Both teams need a win. Philly can gain control of first place if they win. New York can climb back. Neither one's really out of the race for the East. Philly's offense is going to be the difference because New York's pass protection, throwing, running the ball, stopping the run, that whole team's a mess. Philly's defense is a mess. They'll give up points. I don't see them giving up as much because of the Giants' horrible play. But that offense is going to be the difference because it can still get points on the board. It can still do drives. They just can't run as fast as Chip Kelly normally likes to. I'm still going to take Philly over the G-Men 30-14 with the G-Men just getting some points off some big Victor Cruz plays. Next is going to be Carolina at Arizona. Both teams' defenses are pretty good. Tyrann Mathieu creates turnovers. Patrick Peterson's playing as one of the top cornerbacks still. On the other side, Carolina, led by Luke Joeckel and Star Lotulelei. The front seven for that team is amazing. They get after the quarterback. Arizona's getting Darryl Smith back. Both teams match up defensively very well, but the offense is the difference. Carolina, they turn the ball over, but not as much. They have a more sustainable running game, whereas Arizona, Carson Palmer, Silver and Black remembers very well. He turns the ball over. He only put up 13 points against Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay defense is pretty good, but still, as a quarterback that's has a lot of experience, has Larry Fitzgerald, has all the weapons that he has, he should be able to put up monster numbers. I don't like them. They just traded Levi Brown, their starting left tackle, so expect a lot of pressure on Palmer, a lot of sacks, and Rashard Mendenhall is going to have a rough day. The Carolina Panthers are going to take care of business 22-3. Next, I'm just going to make this one fast and easy. We have Denver at Dallas. Dallas's defense is giving up a lot of yards. They're not as good as I thought they were. The offense won't be able to keep up with Peyton Manning with all his weapons. The defense can stop people enough to where the points scored by the Broncos can win the game. The Broncos, Super Bowl favorites for the AFC. I shouldn't have to go any farther until we get to a Kansas City matchup. I like Denver to score the most points that they scored in this game and to make a proven point out of the Dallas Cowboys 56-27.